Hello and welcome to episode 26 of the Bittersweet Uncomfyness Podcast. This is a special kind of episode. In this episode, I want to talk to you about a movie that inspired me so much recently. It's called The Swimmers. This is a movie showing or talking about the journey of the Olympic swimmer Yusra Mardini, who had to flee the war in Syria and find her way all the way to Germany in order for her to fulfill her dream, which is to swim at the Olympics. Very inspiring journey, very tough journey, and I believe she had to go the toughest path in order to achieve this dream. So I have massive respect for Yusra Mardini, and if you haven't seen the movie, don't worry, in this episode I will spoil it just enough to get you really excited to watch this movie, because it's truly life-changing. It changes your perspective on so many things. It talks about things that we were trying to avoid confronting for so long, because it's been 7 years now since the huge immigration waves started coming, and I feel like the media only showed the sides they wanted, and this movie literally shows you the pain and the journey in general, because it is not an easy journey. So as I said, I was really inspired by the movie and touched by it, because I got to see what's happening in my country and how my people have been treated in general. And it's just a tough one. It's just a really tough one. But the movie, as I said, is inspirational. It's very emotional. It got me thinking about so many things. And please watch this episode till the end, because at the end there is a call to action. I need you guys to sign a petition that is very important, but I'll give you the details at the end of the episode. So before we start, as usual, I'm Joe, and I hope you're not comfortable. But if you are, then let's get uncomfortable together. Hi. So, as I said in the introduction, this is a different kind of episode. Before I start the episode, though, there's one thing that I really want to share with you guys. I bought this hoodie recently. If you're listening to this on Spotify, you can't see that because you're a loser. You should watch it on YouTube. I'm just kidding. It's my favorite hoodie now. Like, I'm in love with it. And it's not a paid ad or whatever. I'm not being sponsored for that, but the two people who started this company, SOM Studios, are very inspiring people as well, and I'll leave their Instagrams in the description. Make sure to check out the store. Make sure to get yourself a part of something of their clothing, because it's just really comfortable. The material is awesome, and as I said, very inspirational dudes. And if you want to be inspired, I think following these guys will definitely help you with that. So let's dive into the episode today. The Swimmers. What a tough movie. What an inspiration. What a journey this movie portrayed. Yusra Mardini. When I think about that name, I think about mental toughness. I think about discipline. I think about willpower and courage. Because what she did at such a young age, because you have to think about it, she fled in 2015, end of 2015, which leaves her being a bit older than 16 years old. She fled with her older sister, Sara Mardini, and their cousin. And it's not an easy journey for anyone to make, especially not a 16-year-old girl and her older sister with their cousin. I mean, you're still figuring out life, in your country, and all of a sudden you need to take the decision of leaving everything behind and risking your life in order to get somewhere where you can actually follow your dreams. So this was intense. I knew the movie would be intense, and I heard good things about it. I mean, it's in the top 10 of the Netflix most watched movies list. So that is beautiful. That is 100% deserved, because the story has to be heard, has to be shared. And I'm not gonna take too long just complimenting the movie or Yusra or her sister or whatever, because you'll see that once you watch the movie, or you might have seen that already because you have seen the movie. So let's dive into the lessons that I learned from watching this movie. What did this movie do for me? And I'm sure it did a lot of similar things to everyone who watched it. So I wrote down 5 lessons that I want to share. The first lesson is nothing can stop you if your why is deep enough. So Yusra's why was so intense. She knew exactly, first of all, what she wanted. She knew how to get there by training and so on. But she also had the reason to not give up no matter what happens. And this is something that most people struggle with. They find out what it is they want to do, and then they think about how they want to do it, but they don't know why they want to do it. And therefore, when they hit an obstacle or two, they're more likely to give up. But when you have such a deep reason for why you are following this dream, I believe nothing can stop you. So this is lesson number 1, just seeing how deeply she knew that she wanted to be an Olympic swimmer, how deeply she knew that she wanted to make her dream and the dream of her father and her family a reality. This was just unbelievable confirmation that if you know why you want to do something so bad, nothing will be able to stop you. And the obstacles she hit are not your classic obstacles. I mean, a boat was drowning in the middle of the fucking night, and you can't see a thing around you. You have to imagine it's a small boat, which is filled with water by now. Crying children, worried mothers, vomiting people praying, people thinking that it's the end. And then you got Yusra Mardini, who just fucking jumped into the water, first of all to remove a bit of weight off the boat, and second of all to help the boat stay afloat. And then her younger sister joined in, and then there was another person who joined in but got out again because couldn't handle the swim. It's not an easy swim. Have you ever swum in an ocean or in a beach, in a sea or whatever? That's tough. Especially now, you have to think about it. It was wavy, so it was high waves. It was freezing cold because it's in the middle of the fucking night. And you're swimming and you don't even know where you're going. So this is an obstacle that would have gotten you to give up easily. But the willpower and the why was so strong that they continued no matter what. The second lesson is you can be the victim or the hero, and that is your choice. If you watch the movie, you'll see that in Hungary, something bad happened to Yusra. She was assaulted. And she didn't let that stop her from fulfilling her dreams. I mean, of course, she felt the pain. And of course, she carried that pain with her throughout her journey. But her vision and her dream and her goal was so big that it was just another obstacle for her. She didn't go into the victim role and try to get sympathy from everyone around her. Instead, she stuck her head in the sand and just fucking went for it. She kept on going. She kept on finding ways to make it bearable by training more, by following her dream, following her passion. So she decided to be a hero, and she decided to go and do whatever it takes instead of just sit there and blame life for the things that happened to her on the way. The third point is, if you deeply know what you want, then asking for help to get there is important. And the reason why is we don't ask for help because of our egos, because of our pride, because we don't want to seem weak. But it's not being weak. There are some things that you can't achieve alone, and that's normal. There are certain resources that you might need in order to achieve your goal. So when you know what you want, and you know that a certain person or a certain company or a certain tool could help you as a resource to get there, then fucking ask for help. That's important. Yusra just went up to one of the swimming clubs in Germany and literally more or less begged a trainer to let her swim and check her out because she wanted him to train her for the Olympics. So she went there, and with her pitch, she got him to immediately more or less say yes. First of all, he didn't have time, but then when she told him, I want to be an Olympian and I can show you my times, just give me a chance to prove, he agreed. And he's still her coach to this day. So asking for help is indeed important, and it's needed if you want to succeed. We want to do everything ourselves. We want to win by ourselves because we want to prove to the world that we're powerful. Obviously, makes sense. But if you succeed, it doesn't matter if you did it alone or with help. In fact, if someone's helping you, you're also giving someone the opportunity and the chance to feel helpful, valuable, and so you're doing yourself and them a favor. So please just ask for help. Guys, it's simple. You go to someone and say, hey, I'm not that good with this thing, for example. Could you please help me? I see you're an expert. Or you don't have to do it this way, but you know what I mean. Just ask for help from the people or from the resources that you think might help you achieve your goal. Point number 4 is letting go of items from your past doesn't mean that the memories are gone. I'm going to repeat that. Letting go of items from your past doesn't mean that the memories are gone. There is this very emotional scene where they were screaming in the boat, and they were screaming that everyone should toss off extra weight of the boat. And when Yusra was leaving Syria, her father went up to her and gave her all her medals, all the gold medals that she won in Syria with her national team, to take them and show them to the Germans in order for them to immediately accept her or basically train her. And it was a very emotional scene because she got them out, looked at them, and decided to toss them because any extra weight was helpful to be tossed. So she tossed them in the middle of the sea. They showed you how the medals are sinking in the water, and that got me to think, because I have 2 boxes filled with things from my past that make my memories stay alive, more or less. But then I realized I don't even need the items anymore because I know my memories will stay with me and are still in my life. So when you need, and you know you need to give up something from your past, it's fine. Don't let it hurt you too much, because the memory is going to still be in your heart and you can still take it with you. Of course it hurts, but sometimes there's this one item after a breakup, for example, that you're not willing to toss away. And if you feel like you need to, in order for you to become happier or move on, just toss it. I mean, I've never tossed anything from my ex-relationships. In fact, I keep them in a box, and they're beautiful memories. And I hope that I'm not going to be needing to toss them away anytime. But now I have the capability to understand that I shouldn't tie my memories to items, but more to myself. And this really changed my perspective. She gave up one of the most valuable items she had on her. I think the most valuable items she had on her. And didn't even think about it. She just tossed them into the water. She knew that this was proof that she needed, and she still decided to toss them. So don't hold on to items from your past. Move on and carry them in your heart. The 5th point, which is a very important point as well, is life is cruel and unfair sometimes. Sometimes you do something with the best intention, but life tests you even though you have nothing else than goodness in your heart. For example, Yusra Mardini, as I mentioned, is the older sister of Yusra, and she is now facing sentencing in Greece that could go up to 25 years in prison. And all she wanted to do was help rescue refugees from their boats because of what she went through, because of the way she went through it. I mean, she swam, no one knows how long, but very long, in the middle of the night, in high waves. She kept on swimming because she wanted to make sure that she gets on the other side. But more importantly to her was that her sister and everyone on the boat get there. So she did everything that she could, everything in her power to do that. And when they were in Germany, she decided to go back to Greece to help the refugees that arrived to shore. And they could now face her and a friend, Sean Binder, depending on where he's from. They're 25 and 24-year-old people who are now facing 25 years in prison. I mean, what the hell? All they tried to do is save lives of people that could have drowned, of people that were risking their lives to get away from a hellhole they were living in. This is what I mean. And they still decide to get up every day. They still decide to move on. Sarah and Sean and Yusra and everyone. So even when life is unfair and life is cruel to us, we need to always keep moving forward. We need to always find a way to keep moving instead of be stuck in fear of what's about to come. Because if you wait in anticipation, it will come quicker and it will probably come heavier because you're only focusing on this one thing. So don't sit and wait and anticipate what bad things will happen, but move on, move forward. You never know what will happen. Something might completely change. For example, even in the trial. And this is the thing that I want to ask each and everyone who listens to this episode. And please, if you do, send this link that I'm going to share with you right now here and in the description and everywhere. Share it with as many people as you can. Let's sign a petition. We need almost 10,000 people to sign this petition. It's, even if it just does a bit of good for Sarah and Sean, that would be amazing. To just make sure they don't get sentenced for 25 years because that's unfair. That's not humanitarian. I mean, you're saving a life and the next thing you know is you're going for life just because you tried to save people. So please, everyone, please, I beg you, sign the petition. Make sure that you send it to everyone to sign it as well. It takes literally less than a minute of your time to click on the link, to fill in your name, your last name, your email, your phone number, your country. Those are the things that you need to fill out. And then you just press the word sign. That's it. And just send it to as many people as you can. Let's make sure that they don't get unjustified sentencing because they don't deserve it. They're fighters. They're people who wanted to do good things. And if you have any empathy or anything in your life, just sign it and make sure that we try to avoid a bad thing happening to them. Thank you all so much for listening to today's episode as usual. This was a different kind of episode, as I said, but at the same time it wasn't because I was still speaking the way I speak usually. Or was I not? I don't know. I feel like I was. Doesn't matter. So, I'm very happy that I'm back with Bittersweet Uncomfyness. I know some of you might have realized that I wasn't dropping for a while. To be honest, I have no explanation as to why. I needed to sort my shit out. I needed to make sure that I know the next steps that I'm taking. And don't worry, I was doing perfectly fine. I was happy and excited, in fact, because I was just planning out how to do everything. And I got exciting news, but I'm going to share it with you in January. Till then, I'm just going to be dropping an episode weekly, as promised, to make sure that you hear my beautiful voice and you see my beautiful face and we reconnect as well. So all kidding aside now, if you want to chat, if you have any comments, if you want to share this, feel free. Either comment in the comment section, tag your friends on Instagram, text me on Instagram. I'm open for chatting. If you feel like you would like to support, as I said, just sign the petition. I don't want anything else from you guys. I just want you to sign this petition. I never ask for anything, right? Now I'm asking you to sign this petition. And while you're at it, subscribe to this channel, like this video, comment down below. Not just kidding. If you want to do that, of course, I would be very, very happy. But the petition is more important. Yeah, that's pretty much it from me today. See you all next week, same time, wherever you are. I love you. Bye.